Hey folks, it's Alex at Motoroso.com, your dedicated auto parts marketplace where you can browse over 1 million top name brand products sold by trusted vendors at great prices, and the shipping is always free with no minimums. Off-grid adventure vehicles have become hugely popular, and no matter the generation, the Toyota 4Runner is one of the best platforms. So today we're in the studio to talk about the must-have mods for any 4Runner to turn it into a formidable off-road vehicle. Now we're going to talk about a lot of different product categories, and at Motoroso.com we have over a dozen products for any given category. So we're going to put a bunch of links in the description, but make sure to check out the marketplace and hit us up on live chat if you need help picking your parts. Let's dig in. With almost any vehicle, there's an almost endless number of modifications that you can make to the engine. But for your overlanding vehicle, you're not really looking to make tons of power or torque, you just need reliability and fuel economy and enough power to get out of tricky situations, which the 4Runner has. But our first must-have mod here is a cold air intake system for your 4Runner, because any stock intake on any engine is going to be restrictive on the airflow. So by getting a cold air intake, you're going to get more air into the engine, it's going to give you better throttle response, a little bit more power, and it's even going to help improve your fuel economy. Now on Motoroso.com we have tons of different brands and options, and almost all of them are under $400, so the bang for the buck on this mod is fantastic. Right out of the box, your 4Runner is extremely capable for your off-road adventures. So before we talk about any of the other performance upgrades, your next must-have mod is a cargo system, because if you can't take your stuff out in the wilderness with you, you're not gonna have the things you need and you're gonna have a little bit of a problem. So one of your most popular mods is the cargo basket system, which can come in any kind of different configuration. You can go big, you can go small, but the key here is that you can use that space any way you like and it can carry a lot of weight. Your next must-have mod is going to be wheels and tires, because your stock wheels and tires are not up to the duty and the punishment that's going to come from overlanding and off-roading. Now what you want to do here, because there are millions of different combinations, is you want to think about where you're going to spend most of your time. Because if you're going out into the desert, you're going to choose one wheel and tire combination that's going to be focused more on contact patch, or if you're going up into the mountains and spend a lot of time in the mud, you're going to be focused more on the tread pattern so you get maximum grip. Long story short, think about the way you're going to use the wheels and tires and optimize for that. Now, when it comes to tire size, that's going to depend a lot on the suspension modifications that you make. So how big of a wheel and tire you can go, obviously going to be affected by the clearance that you have under the wheel well. So we'll talk about suspension a little bit later. When it comes to the wheels themselves, you're going to want to think about the size of the wheel. And if you're going off-roading, I don't recommend anything larger than a 17-inch wheel. You're also going to want to consider something like a bead lock to really grip the tire onto the rim if you're going to be doing some really extreme off-roading. Lastly, consider the backspacing and offset of the wheel to determine what the exact stance of the vehicle is and how wide it'll be. Any way you slice it, there's a million combinations you can do here, so feel free to hit us up on live chat and we'll help you make some decisions. Nerf bars or rock sliders are going to be your next must-have mod, because once you're out there on the trail, if you go over a gnarly obstacle and you bang the side of your frame into the rock and then you can't open your door, or you crack the frame of your vehicle, you are in serious trouble. So Nerf bars and rock sliders are great to protect the chassis of the vehicle over obstacles and also help you get in and out of the vehicle depending on the configuration that you choose. In your off-road excursions, it's almost guaranteed that you're gonna do some driving at night, and your stock headlights are simply not gonna cut it for you seeing what you're doing and where you're at. So our next must-have mod is aftermarket LED light bars, light cubes, and aftermarket headlight upgrades, because this is gonna help you see what you're doing, turn night into day. Now we recommend LED specifically because it also has less draw on the battery than HID, and that's an important consideration because nothing's gonna end your off-road excursion worse than a dead battery. When you're ready to take your 4Runner to the next level, your next must-have mod is going to be in the suspension department. Now this is another category where you can go from mild to wild. You can literally go as simple as a leveling kit for under $200. It's a strut spacer that on later model vehicles will allow you to fit up to like a 33-inch tire, or you can go as complicated as a kit that comes with aftermarket shocks, upper control arms, lower control arms, 4-bar links, all the craziness, thousands of dollars, and allow you to tackle almost anything. Your consideration here is how much abuse are you going to throw at it, what kind of clearance do you need for the size obstacles you're going over, and what size wheels and tires do you want to fit. While we're talking about suspension upgrades, one of the most commonly overlooked variables is the spring weight. Now this determines the kind of extra load that you can carry in the vehicle. So if you're going off-roading and you have 3 people and you have 2,000 pounds of gear, your stock springs definitely can't handle that, and many of the springs that are gonna come in the aftermarket kits may not have been optimized for that kind of load. So when you're thinking about spring rates, make sure you're thinking about how much gear that you're gonna carry. This might be a good one to hit us up on live chat because we can help you think about exactly what springs you might need. On the underside of your vehicle, your radiator, your oil pan, and other hard parts are exposed to damage depending on the size of the obstacles you might be going over. So our next must-have mod is a skid plate or a belly pan system to help protect those critical parts and help you slide over potentially gnarly obstacles. Just like the underside of your vehicle, the outside of your vehicle is gonna face obstacles that could do some serious damage. So you're gonna wanna think about the armor that you need around the vehicle. You might want things like brush guards and corner guards that'll protect the headlights and taillights from breaking on tree branches or logs. You're gonna wanna think about a bull bar to protect the front bumper. Maybe you're gonna look at aftermarket front and rear bumpers that are full steel bumpers that'll last a long time and take a tremendous amount of damage. Now, when it comes to bumpers, we've got tons of different options on Motoroso.com, and your considerations there are gonna also include our next must-have mod. If you're going off-roading, it is inevitable that eventually you're gonna get stuck. So our last must-have mod is a winch. Now here you're gonna consider, how do you mount that winch? If you're keeping your front stock bumper, you're gonna need some sort of a bracket system to mount it. If you get an aftermarket bumper, that's where you can look at bumpers that include winch mounts, which are sometimes external or sometimes integrated into the inside of the bumper. So there's lots of options there. Again, you can hit us on live chat to help you choose those things, but you're gonna wanna have that winch so you can get yourself out of trouble. A lot of your winches are going to come with a steel cable as part of the stock package. Now that weighs a lot, but more importantly, if that's under tension and it happens to break and anybody is standing nearby, people can get sawed in half. It is really bad. So one of the most popular upgrades for your winch is switching out to a synthetic rope, which is not only safer, but drops weight. All right, that wraps up our must-have mods for turning your 4Runner into an off-road adventure vehicle. We're gonna put a bunch of links in the description to check out the products we've been talking about. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for our future videos. Make sure to do all your shopping at the Motoroso Marketplace, where you can browse over 1 million top name brand products sold by trusted vendors at great prices, and the shipping is always free. Thanks for watching.